You know what time it is. Saturday. Soda Saturday. A little bit of a different video today. I don't have any to open up, but I do have some to talk about. I'm going through my top 10. My top 10 sodas in terms of PPG. Not in terms of which was my most favorite. That might be a whole different list coming soon. But these are my top 10 in terms of Pop Price Guide as of the filming of this video, which is September 8th, Let's try this again. September 8th, 2023. It's been the year 2000 something for the last 23 years, Seth, and you're calling it 19 something. Oh my. This was a long week. Come back in a second. We'll go through them and we'll talk. Be right back. Morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching. It's Soda Saturday, and I'm going to go through my top 10 in terms of PPG value as of the filming of this video, which is September 8th, 2023. I got it right this time. So, before we get into these, if you are watching me for the first time or the millionth time and you have not subscribed, but most of you that are watching are subscribed, and I thank you for that. I would like to get to 750 subscribers before the end of the calendar year, which is December 31st. But I cannot get there without your help. So down below there is a subscription button. Click the little bell notification next to subscribe to get any updates on any shorts or videos I'm going to drop. Also, if you can, give the video a like. The likes go a long way for getting it out there for people to see these videos popping up in their feeds that are not subscribed to me. And also to leave me a comment down below. And if you can, also to share the video. And if you want to, won't you do a video of your top 10? Easy video to do, a little research, a little bit of pulling here and there. Show up your top 10 sodas. So here comes my top 10. We're going to go in reverse order. Number 10. This one was pulled a few months ago. Matter of fact, it was probably pulled last year. I think me and my wife were soda battling. And we both had one of these. And of course, I think I pulled the Chase. And then she pulled the Common. Even the Common's a higher price Common. I think it's about $20 or so. First Chase we got is the Blue Glow Godzilla, and this one is out of 2000 in terms of the run. The original run of the soda itself was out of 12,500. The glow on this is pretty good. I'm not going to show off the glow, but this is what we have for number 10 on my list. I'm going to put it on the spinner here. As of right now, this is going for $85 in terms of PPG. Okay. Soda number 9. This one was from earlier this year when it was dropped. And this one I tried a few different types of ways of getting this one. I did order some off of Funko, off the initial drop. Well, I ordered one off the initial drop and they still had them. So I believe they're still available out there on Funko.com as of this video. Number 9 in my top 10 PPG rated sodas was the Bugs Bunny Chase from this year's WonderCon. And this is a flocked Bugs Bunny, but on top of it all too, this was the first soda that was detachable because the ears were too big to have on Bugs Bunny in the can. Okay, so number 9 was Bugs Bunny Chase. This was out of 1,600 chases out of 10,000. Now, I know it's 10,000 as of the U.S., that for overseas or the international, I know it might have been the same amount or maybe a little less. I do not know, don't remember. No, I can tell you right now it's out of 6,000 overseas. So in other words, there's a grand total of 16,000 of these, and of course to whatever that would be. So 16,000 cans, but that was soda number 8 in my top 10 of my sodas PPG. Moving into another older one. This one was from a couple years ago, I believe. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, this was from, looking here, actually from 2020. This was a glow chase that was part of an Ad Icon series that was released in soda form. And this is the Chester Cheetah with the bag of Cheetos. And this is actually a glow-in-the-dark one. The common does not have the Cheetos, and it does not glow in the dark. And of course, too, the tail itself is part of one way it stays up on the cam. But Chester Cheetah, number 8 in my top 10. I get it right. And this was out of 2,000 chases. All right. Keep on going back, and as of right now, it is going for $90. The Bugs Bunny is also going for $90 as of now. I know it will more likely normalize here soon because it is within the last few months. The Chester Cheetah is probably holding pretty steady there for a while. Another older soda. This is number 7 on my top 10 chase or top 10 soda list. This was one of the first Looney Tunes sodas that were released. Now, as of right now, to my knowledge, there are only 3 Looney Tunes sodas that were released. Well, one of them you just saw was the Flock Bugs Bunny from this year's WonderCon. The second one is the Space Cadet, and that's a chase that is glittery or sparkly. It does not break the top 10 in terms of PPG. But the first one that was a Looney Tunes soda does break my top 10. This is a metallic Duck Dodgers, and this was pulled quite a long time ago. These cans were released in also 2020, right there during all of the craziness. And this is a metallic one. The common one, I believe, was in a blue suit, but the chase is in green, and this was out of 1,300 chases for Duck Dodgers. And Duck Dodgers, as of right now, is going for $90. All right, now, the next one that comes into play is a little bit unique because really this one is a split in PPG. The first Scooby-Doo soda that was released. If I'm not mistaken, was Spooky Spacekook. Now, I could be totally wrong, but I think it was the first one. That was before they released the soda cooler with the 6 Scooby-Doo ones in there. And I don't know if there's been any more release. Of course, I think Witch Doctor was an NFT drop. Don't have that one. But this one was one that I have both chases for. Now, one of them, if you notice here too, one of the chases, and of course the one sitting here is actually the international chase. And the international chase by PPG is lower than the actual US chase. But the international chase is so much better and it's lower than what this one is. But since I've already told you what it is, number 6 on my PPG top 10 sodas was the glow-in-the-dark Spooky Spacekook from Scooby-Doo. And, of course, too, the way it's set, it looks like a floating head. But it is a very nice one. This is also back in, this is actually 2021. The chase of the U.S. version was out of 1,250. I know the one out of the international, if I'm looking right, there's only 4,000 internationals, and those were out of 1,000. But for the Spooky Spacekook PPG for the U.S. version, it has this at $105 as of filming of this video. Moving on. The next one I'm pretty sure will not be in the top 10 in the next few months. It might be, but I very seriously doubt it. This was out of a 9,500 sequence soda set. And this was from this year's San Diego Comic-Con, and we have the Chase Purple Reptar. Now, as of right now, PPG has this at $110. I know eventually it's going to go down, but as of right now, this is number 5 on my top 10 at $110. This next one was the first chase I pulled, and when I opened it up, I pulled it out, not looking at what was in it. And the first thing that popped in my head was, what the heck is this? This is one of the ad icons. Of course, there's a lot of ad icons they've released here, but this was the first one. This was like the OG of all of them. This was my first soda I ever opened. And this was a chase, first chase I ever opened. The year on this, and let me look really quickly here. This was made in early 2020. On the bottom it says 20/01/16. All the sodas that I have a date of 2020 or forward. I do have one underneath that has a 19 stamp on it, but it's like a late in the year, and that was actually the Green Huckleberry Hound from, I think, Emerald City Comic Con. It was just a common, so it's not in my top 10 in cost, but it might be one of my most favorite ones. But most of these were 2020 up to now, so we are going for 3+ years in terms of sodas. I opened this up, and the first thing I thought to myself is, why is Frankenberry brown? Then I opened it up, and I saw it says, you found a chase, and I'm thinking, okay, why do I have a brown Frankenberry? this is actually, in terms of my favorite sodas, this is probably top 5. First of all, too, because it's unique, because it's a weird chase of Frankenberry and Count Chocula's colors, but it was Frankenberry. Frankenberry is one of those great characters. And this was out of 7,500, which that is a wonderful amount for squeal point for any type of soda, about 7,500. One of my pet peeves of a lot of the soda stuff right now is they're making too many of them. I think 10,000 or less is probably more than adequate. But the unnumbered ones just really bother me. And I know a lot of people don't like them. I haven't got one yet, and my plans are not to. But that Frankenberry, as of right now, is actually went up a few dollars. It's actually sitting at $120 as the filming of this video. So that's one of my most favorite ones. One in the sequence, and this one was also from this year's San Diego Comic-Con, and this one's out 13,000. And of course, when you're 13,000 in this year's San Diego Comic-Con, this was actually opened up, I think, about a week or two ago. And I'm pretty sure this is going to normalize, but this was one of the Freddy Funkos that was released during this year's con, and this is the Blacklight Freddy, Snorkel Freddy, and this was out of 13,000. The actual release was, and the chase is out of 2,200. Now, as of filming this Blacklight, it says glow. It don't glow. It's Blacklight. But this Blacklight Freddy Snorkel is sitting at $130 as of now. I know that will go down. But as of right now, that is more higher up than my OG Frankenberry chase right now. Moving to number 2. Number 2 is unique. This was released at Hot Topic here in the United States, and I didn't have a chance to get it. And of course, too, it sold out, and it sold out pretty quick. I never had a chance to try to find it again, although I did have a chance to get it from overseas. I got one can. I believe it was from one of the Australian Funko sites. Don't mark me to it, though. I don't remember. But I know it's foreign because it's international. Now, PPG has not differentiated between international and domestic, or the U.S. or undesignated character on this one. But number 2 in my PPG list. Now, the international version was out of 8,000. The U.S. version of this, if I'm not mistaken, is out of more than, I think, 12,000 maybe. Don't mark me to it. I just know that this international can says 8,000. I'm looking really quick here. But as of right now, soda number 2 in my top 10 PPG value is the Flocked Winnie the Pooh. Now, they have the U.S. version of this soda going for $145 right now. Um, I actually don't know why there's a difference between US and international. They're both the same figure. Matter of fact, the international of the one that I have both of is actually better looking than the US version in terms of its glow. But flocked Winnie the Pooh, and this is, as of right now, $145. Leading us into number one in PPG value of all of my sodas, and probably this is probably one of the top ones on my actual top 10 soda list that more likely I will get or start making and actually elaborate on next week, because I don't foresee myself getting any new sodas anytime soon. So I'm wanting to show off some of my old ones. I do have a mystery box coming, or a matter of fact, I have a mystery box sitting down here that might be next week's middle of the week video, maybe. But we'll see. Number one. This was also early, but this was actually one that was a little bit after the OG Frankenberry was released. This was for WonderCon 2020. Now, from the WonderCon, there were Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy that were released. And of course, I'm looking up here and I see Fruit Brute and also see Yummy Mummy from WonderCon. I was lucky to get one of those two in terms of chase form. The other one I have not seen personally live in living color, and it was probably a little bit in terms of cost up there. I think it actually between this one and Yummy Mummy, I think Yummy Mummy is on the higher side. But number one on my chase list, or my soda list, is the Frankenberry colored Fruit Brute. And this was from WonderCon 2020. And as of right now, Fruit Brute is going for $150. Last one in terms of, and it's a 1 out of 800. So this is probably my lowest number chase I have. But those are my top 10 sodas for my collection. So let me know what you think. Let me know, or let me know if you have any of these in your collection. A lot of people that have been collecting sodas for a while, these might be part of your collection, and a lot of people that I know have these in your collection. But let me know. And if you're a newer collector, tell me if you're interested in trying to find some of these in the near, not too distant future. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen,